makes a fuel. The process there is a little different in that there is some separation on the line as this fuel is created.
Of the two basic types of waste-to-energy technologies, mass burn plants, which do not process the waste, are by far the most numerous. Specific plant designs vary, but each is fitted with sophisticated combustion and pollution control equipment, along with highly flexible operational systems.
It's a very heterogeneous waste. It varies. So the equipment has to be designed to combust it cleanly and to control the emissions to very low levels of a varying waste stream. So it's inherently complex. In a utility, you specify what kind of coal you're going to burn very carefully. You specify what kind of fuel oil you purchase. You have control over it. With a waste plant, you take whatever comes. In our case, after recycling. We automate as far as we can. We give the operator the tools. We use computer controls today and have for years. But you still need a skilled operator to tie it all together.
That critical link between operation and design has led to mass burn plants that are producing power at a lower environmental cost than ever before.
Today, the waste-to-energy facilities are actually cleaner from the standpoint of particulates and SO2, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen oxides than a coal-fired utility plant, and in some cases cleaner than a heavy oil-fired plant. On the contrary, the other side of the story is that we have some heavy metals that the coal-fired plants don't have, and that's why we have baghouses, very efficient filters.
In contrast to mass burn technology, refuse-derived fuel is the product of a sorting system that separates the waste into light and heavy fractions.
The RDF process basically ends up with a fuel that's mainly the components of newspaper, paper products, plastics, and some of your lighter weight fuel such as wood. So if you ripped up some papers and plastics into a pile, you'd pretty much have what we call our refuse-derived fuel.
For Northern States Power in Minnesota, these fuels are then burned in old, refitted coal boilers that had become uneconomical to operate. The fraction that isn't burned consists of metals and glass that are recycled and a residue that goes either to a compost facility for further processing or to a landfill. It also consists of many materials containing hazardous metals, including batteries.
Batteries should not be in the waste stream, but the truth of the matter is they are. By separating the lightweight from the heavyweight material, we can get away from a lot of those problems, and it does make a better fuel. So I think there's a good future for RDF out there. I think it's a good idea to remove those contaminants for the fuel before it's actually put into a fire, a boiler.
Landfills are the basic component of a waste management system. No matter how much you recycle, divert, or reduce, there will always be some material that has to get disposed.
But with advances in design, construction, and pollution control equipment, today's landfills bear little resemblance to those built even a few years ago. They are carefully sited and highly engineered. To protect the groundwater, they have multiple liner systems, leachate collection and treatment systems, and leak detection systems. They are completed in cells that are capped with another impervious liner system. For air pollution control and safety, gases are monitored, pumped out and cleaned, and when possible, used for energy. And after the entire landfill is closed and capped, it is monitored for leaks for 30 years. Nevertheless, hazards do persist, and so for many communities, the landfill's role has changed dramatically in less than a decade, from 100% to a component of a larger plan.
47% of the waste stream in our county is now recycled and composted, and we're certainly very proud of that number. The goal would be not to landfill any waste which has not been processed. 2% of the waste stream is still landfilled as raw waste, that is before anything's been done to it, and that still leaves us with 17% in the form of ash and residue that does have to be landfilled.
By turning away from bury-it-all or burn-it-all solutions of the past, Municipalities all over the world are beginning to bring their solid waste under control. And in doing so, they are reducing pollution and saving money. They have done it by prioritizing their management according to a hierarchy of components: waste prevention, recycling, composting, waste to energy, and landfilling, to create an integrated plan. There is no single answer.
Recycling in and of itself is not an answer. Source reduction in and of itself is not an answer. Landfilling in and of itself is not the answer, nor is waste to energy, nor is a processing facility to convert mixed refuse to compost. There is no one answer. What we have to do is learn to generate less. We have to learn to utilize our resources more wisely. We need to recycle more. And then what's left we have to deal with rationally. There is no one answer, and what we have to do is learn to wisen up and use our resources in a correct, proper manner.